I'll try and be as coherent as possible. My mind is a mess and I feel scattered more often than not now. About a week ago, I was out for a hike in the woods. For context, I live in Raton, a small town in northern New Mexico off of I-25. Nearby is a place called Sugar Canyon, a beautiful state park of woodlands, riverlands, and wildlife. It's this deep green, lush valley of a canyon, and it's where I spend my weekends more often than not, hiking around. Usually I'm with people, but this time, stupidly, I was alone. Bad choice when you decide to go off trail. But that's what I did, heading into the woods with a compass and a pretty decent understanding of the area, which gave me the confidence to even do this in the first place. As I trekked through, I felt something etheric in the light. If you've ever been hiking through the quiet forest as the light filtering through the canopy gets like golden, you'll know what I mean. It's fey-like, in like a fantasy sort of way. Beautiful and otherworldly. And I could just feel it, as if I'd stepped into a little pocket dimension of untouched nature. Eventually, I guess I got far enough in that I was in the true wilds. I found this old cabin. The wooden logs were rotted out, and its roof had long decayed, leaving this empty four-walled room for me to explore. Naturally, I did. I pushed through the overgrowth into the cabin, which was completely empty save for a collapsed desk on the far wall beneath an empty window. And there on that desk, I found the journal. It's quite peculiar, honestly. Despite the condition of the place, the journal itself seemed untouched by time. The plain stained leather cover was bound by tan leather cord, and its pages, which felt like cloth paper, were completely empty. I assumed a previous explorer such as myself had forgotten his log here. Or something. For the life of me, I couldn't explain it. And I flipped through every single page looking for something inside. But it was truly just blank. Neat find at least, and a cool story, so I picked it up off the desk. The moment it left the wood, a warm breeze rolled through the trees and into the cabin, and I'm sure this'll sound insane, but it felt like a whisper, or a sigh. Like the forest just breathed on me. I suddenly felt extremely uncomfortable. I couldn't explain it if I tried, but I felt observed. Journal in hand, I skipped out of the cabin and resolved to just head home for the day. Took me a few hours, but I did eventually get out of that golden light and back to the trail. Getting home that night was the first time since the cabin that I felt, safe. After that I tossed my things down, showered, ate, and slumped on my bed with the journal. Something about it felt curious. Definitely out of place. So I opened it again, just to see if I'd missed anything, and right there on the first page, there was something. Not much, and maybe I just missed it, because it was small, but up in the upper right corner there was an inked upside down triangle. Now, I swear I scoured this thing at the cabin, but at that point I was too tired to question it and just assumed I'd missed it. The rest of the journal was still empty anyway, so I closed it and tried to get some sleep. I had the weirdest dreams that night. I was back in the cabin, only it was nighttime. And again the wind hit me, breathed on me. I could hear it rustle the trees. The whole forest whispered at my presence. That's all I remember from the night. but I woke up in a puddle of my own sweat, cold and clammy. I had to take another shower that morning. I should mention, I do have a roommate, and they saw me drenched and said something to the effect of, "Why do you look like shit? You okay?" And I just didn't know what to tell them other than that I'd had a rough night. Well, I got out of the shower and changed my sheets, and my eye caught the journal again. Did I miss something else, I wondered. So I took it to our breakfast nook and cracked it open while I ate. This time, on the front page, the triangle seemed larger, more prominent on the page. Maybe a trick of the eye, so I turned the page and found writing. The ink was bronze, old, but it was clear and legible, and fascinated, if a little freaked out, I read it. There were 3 short sentences. The first spoke of the wind, almost poetically. The wind dancing, the trees singing, kind of thing, and it ended with the words, "You've taken me." The second simply said, "I am Elicida. I think that's a name." And the third simply said, "Greetings." As if it was talking to me. I'm not ashamed to say I slammed it closed. I know that writing wasn't there the day before. My roommate saw this and said, "Are you okay?" The fuck was that? And I was just so shaken that I didn't say anything, and just stood and left. I mean, what was I supposed to say? "Oh yeah, I'm fine, just being spoken to by a journal I found in the woods." Other than that, it's a fine Sunday. Out on our balcony, I opened it again. On the next page, there were even more new words. "Who are you?" I was just speechless. But maybe I'm also stupid, because I grabbed a pen on our balcony table and sincerely contemplated writing my name. I'm not sure what compelled me. Curiosity, bewilderment, I don't know. But that's exactly what I did. I wrote my name and said, "Hello." I stared down at the page as if it would change, but it didn't. I let loose a small chuckle. Nerves, you know. And closed the book. And then it dawned on me. I reopened the journal, and sure enough, there were new words. "It's nice to formally meet you." I did the only thing I could think to do. I wrote, "Who are you?" and closed and opened the book. The new writing said, "I've already said, my name is Elicida." I thought for a minute and wrote down, "Is this your journal?" Closed it, opened it. Now it said, "Yes." I could not believe I was talking to a living book. I didn't know what to make of it. So I closed it and headed back inside, and went about my day. Coffee, college work, a little bit of video gaming, you know. Day-to-day stuff. I didn't open the journal again until that night when I crawled back into bed. Now, there was something new in the journal, on the next page. Vertical, how do I put this? Runes had etched themselves down the entire page. Didn't look Nordic, which is what I think of when I think runes. This was something else, something I had no experience with. And even looking at them upset me. I felt like they were reading me, not the other way around. Very odd feeling. When I turned the page again, I saw, in English, "We're going to get along." And I shuddered. I got this chill down my spine, goose flesh on my arms, and an uneasy warmth in my gut. I figured I'd just go to bed and maybe get rid of the journal in the morning. But that night, I had that dream again, where I was in the decayed cabin in the woods at night, the wind murmuring in the trees. Only this time, it sounded like it was actually saying something, or like chanting. It was too rhythmic to be natural, that's for sure. And in this dream, I recall walking up the window over the desk and looking out at the dark forest, as if I was looking for something. It felt like something, someone, was out there, waiting for me. Or waiting for something, at least. Again, I awoke in a pool of my own sweat that I had to shower off. I tried to go to class that day. Tried. I had to leave early because I just couldn't stop thinking about the journal. It was all I could focus on, all day, as I think anyone would if they found some magic journal in the woods. I ended up back at home around noon to open it again. New words had appeared. "I can hear your dreams." I grabbed my pen and wrote, "What do you mean?" Closed it, opened it, and read, "You dream of the cabin and the woods, of the trees and the wind." Another cold CH.